Shira Taylor's Freedom of Information Act argument against Chris Peterman. The whole reason the Freedom of Information Act came into play was because Chris Peterman was looking at my court records, and every time the judges would credit me for an arrest or something, Keith Gray, Addie Gray, Bonnie Boom, and Chris Peterman down here with their community influence would call me disgusting. And Chris probably looked it up. He looked up every one of my court records because he knew I was narking on him. So he kept watching me. He was not my attorney. He was not Bonnie Boom's attorney. He was not paid by the Gray family. He was watching it from his own law office. Now, how are we going to find out if he violated the Freedom of Information Act? By looking at my court records. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find a way into his computer, and just like the FBI goes back and you ever looked up, we're going to have to find out if Chris ever looked me up before he ever had me, why he looked me up, the years he looked me up, the dates he looked me up. Really important, if you looked up any of my court records, whether they're circuit or municipal, before my dad's death. That's the most important for the Freedom of Information Act arguments. That way, Ed, then we could get him for saying why he wouldn't let me in court because he thinks my face is disgusting. Well, Chris, I think your whole fat body is disgusting, and your fucking self and just your personality. You are such a shitty attorney and a shitty human being that if I could, I would put a bullet in your head for the enjoyment on everybody's face in fucking court just to watch you cower and die like the little you are. But what we're going to have to actually do is use the Freedom of Information Act and find out why Chris Peterman was racketeering like that, who he thought he was going to arrest. If he can't get convictions on people, that's why he loses his immunity. That's why Bonnie Boom can't have immunity, or no one in the Grays. And then we could use that for why the Gray family wanted Dave Boom, Lyle Boom, and Danny Boom dead, and Chris Peterman to carry them on until they could get into a racketeering trial with the whole family dead, and John Asler too, so that nobody could say anything back to them, because they want to say that a bunch of lies are true so they can make money and protect themselves, when the Gray family knows that they're lies. Peterman knows that they're lies because of the court records and my life, and that they've been racketeering off my court records to try and get immunity for themselves out of Chris Peterman's law office in Roseburg, Oregon. They are violating the Freedom of Information Act. That's some fucking JTTF shit in Portland. Joint Terrorism Task Force shit.